He's laughing. Oh, here we go, man. You're gonna be pressing stuff. What's up, everybody? Dana George here, your mortgage guy.
No MLS number today, huh?
Nah, we didn't do it. Carlos made fun of me, so I had to change it up.
And I'm the Salty and Lit coach, Matthew Javier Donahue.
And you guys
And
can't
I
see
am
him.
Carlos Phoenix with Live Streaming Master.
Sounds like to the people on your phone. He probably sounds like the Wizard of Oz. Right? Where's that voice coming from behind the curtain?
Because they can't see
They
him.
can't see him.
So this is
No, they can see me. I'm on camera.
No, on his
on
camera.
mine. They can't see.
Oh,
DJ's
yeah, changed it up a little bit
we're
this
doing
week.
double live.
Yeah, double live, double live. All right, It Was All a Dream with the Odd Squad. Did I say that correct?
You said it perfectly.
Perfect. Matt, what are we going over today, bro?
All right. So last week we talked about habits.
Yeah.
So I want to kind of continue on that.
All right.
Because we touched on. I think there's more stuff that I want to kind of explore. Right.
Okay.
So I already had this idea in my head, and this morning I'm listening to a sermon. But
Wait. Before you go into that, the reason why we do this is what? So the reason why we do this, we're doing something a little different, because just in case people haven't seen it. Years ago, I started coaching. Didn't believe in it myself. Got into it and made a big difference. Went over it with Matt. He laughed at me, scoffed at me. He said that
Talk trash behind your
talk
back.
trash behind my back. But then our mutual friend, Joe Winters, co-signed it.
Joe Whitty.
So then now Matt got into coaching and has made a drastic change
Yes,
for
sir.
yourself. And then the Wizard of Oz live stream master Carlos, which you can't see on here, but you'll see later on. He doesn't necessarily believe in coaching, the word, but he's a very intelligent guy. He's done some mentorship and coaching, but he just doesn't like the word. So that is the premises of what we're doing here. We want to do something a little different because we felt it has made a change in us, and we're hoping that one person at a time we could help make a difference for
Yeah.
them as well. So now go back into
now
what
we
you were
go.
saying. I apologize.
All right. So this morning on my way to work, I was listening to a sermon by this pastor named Craig Rochelle in Life Church. If you ever want to hear a really great preacher, he's funny. He makes jokes. He's really cool. So his kind of sermon was on compounding effects, right? You know, you kind of reap what you sow. And there was an example he gave. There's a couple other quotes I stole from him that I wrote down. I want to share later, but just to kind of give you the illustration of the effects I'm talking about. So there's this man, right? We're gonna talk about two different scenarios that this
Okay.
man took. He could have taken. He could have gone down path A or path B, right? He comes home from work. He lounges out. Before he goes to bed, he has a glass of wine, right? Nothing wrong with that.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'd have a Corona probably, but you know what I'm saying? A glass of wine, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, his wife starts stressing him out, right? His wife's fighting, you know, whatever. So now he's like, you know what? I'm gonna have 2 glasses of wine.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying? So
Compound effect.
he's going on drinking 2 glasses of wine, right? Now, in the other scenario, he's like, you know what? My wife is right. I need to get my life, you know, in better order. I'm gonna make some healthy decisions. I'm gonna stop drinking on wine before I go to sleep. And plus, it's kind of messing up my teeth, right? Like I like my white teeth. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna stop drinking wine, right? So scenario A, he's drinking 2 glasses of wine instead of 1, right? Scenario B, he's not drinking wine at all, right? After a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you're not gonna see a big difference, right? There's gonna be virtually no difference between them,
Okay.
right? If you fast forward 27 months, what do you think is gonna happen to these two people?
If what?
If they keep going, just I'm drinking 2 glasses of wine, I'm drinking 0.
Well, 2 will definitely probably lead to more. Because if he drank wine, he probably had the 2 to feel a certain way. He's no longer going to feel it, so it'll probably lead to 2, 4, 6, 8. Or really compound, like we were speaking about before. And in B, where he'll probably have like a more clear mind, want to make a different adjustments, want to make changes. whether or not it helps him in a situation at home, but I think it'll allow him to have better judgment.
All right, so you went kind of philosophical. I was just talking about like a science route. The guy that's drinking
scientist.
two glasses of wine, right, a night. Each glass, that's an extra 127 calories a day. Times that over 27 months, it equals 33 pounds, right? So you gained 33 pounds. Not only did I didn't say the same, I lost 33 pounds because I'm not drinking that one glass, right? So in the span of a little over 2 years, that's a 66-pound difference. So that's what I mean when I say compounding effects of our habits.
Carlos, jump in.
No, I'm listening. I'm like listening to math.
Yeah, I'm not great at math, so the numbers might be, but
It was a little skewed, but
no, if
proceed.
you calculated like the calories into how much pounds you would, assuming you're not working out or doing that other extra, that's it. That equals to about 66 pounds in 27 months.
Well, I don't drink one every night, and I'm still packing them on. So I guess I have to stop something
Maybe
else.
something else.
Cookies and cakes.
Yeah, maybe. So that's what I wanted to talk about. And he said a really cool quote, and I wrote it down so I don't butcher it. When you're born, you look like your parents, right? When you die, you look like your habits. And I thought that was really, really cool.
Damn,
That's brutal.
that's reality. That is definitely reality, and I 1000% agree.
Yeah.
Agree with that, because like what you went through life, or how you perceived you went through life, is just how you end up passing away with it.
Yeah. Yeah, when I heard that, I'm like, wow, my mind, like little blown. You know what I'm saying?
All right. What do you think about that one? The wizard behind the screen.
Oh no, that makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Sylvester Stallone. Okay.
What about him?
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, I want you to
Yeah, I
elaborate.
thought it was gonna be, like, the story was continuing.
He's an old guy, but he's like all beefed up. He still focuses on his health and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see the results. There's websites and stuff where I see like people older than me being all diesel and built. You can tell, obviously, that they're focusing on their workouts, their health, whatever they eat, this and that, compared to me.
I mean, Burger King is good.
You got the
right?
eyes though, Carl. The eyes and the
I don't-
voice. That's it. That's all you need.
The what?
The eyes
Pause.
and the voice. Pause. But,
I got it right.
yeah, man.
What else do you have written down? Let's go.
No, so kind of segueing out of, and that's like the same principle. Like if you work out, after 2 days or 3 days, you're not gonna see a difference, right? So I tell you guys all the time. I have my students do, the emotional dumping, and one kid was like, "Yo, he did it for 3 days. Like, yo, this is stupid. I'm still annoyed. I'm not feeling any better, right?" So he expected like just, I make it, it takes a while. Like this is like a practice. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if you keep it up over, a month or 6 months, the same thing like affirmations. You say affirmations once, all right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? If you say it every single day, for a year, that's you're gonna markedly different outlook.
And I like what you're saying, how this was like a segue from what we spoke about last week about our our habits, because it is a compound effect, because you've done something for so long that it is like hard, it's hard to break, or
the
you
truth.
don't do something long enough and it's hard to get into a new habit, because that one day you decided not to do something, then it's like you're just starting all over, and you're trying to break a habit, but you've been doing it since you were 1, 2,
Yeah.
3. Now we're 39 years old, 40 years old, or how old are you, Carlos? 25?
I'm going to be 53 this year.
53. And then, so that all leads to compound effect on everything. So I think this is like a really good topic for everyone to hear, that we've done certain things for so long, and then like all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I want to be this right here, or I want to be that because I saw this person do it and I could do it. And then you like you said, after a week, it's like, there's no way I could do it.
Yeah.
There's no way I could be this person. And like I'm guilty of that too, because I watch people in my industry that had the right habits that compounded over time so they are where they are right now. But then I'm like, oh my goodness, why can't I be like this person? But meanwhile, I didn't go through what they went through.
Yeah.
to get there. I didn't put in all the continuous amount of hours of work to get there. So where I think I just did 10 hours, their 10 hours is really like 100 hours, or this, that, and a third. So like it goes a long way to show that patience is like part of it as well.
Absolutely.
Patience and virtue, that you have to put in the work to get there.
And faith, like that it's working.
Yes, that's actually probably one of the biggest things is faith, because like you're not going to see the result that you want. So like I'll work out for a week and I'll step in the mirror and I'm like, where's my six pack and my my bulging muscles? But like you're right, it is faith, because it actually is working. I just didn't see the results when I wanted to, but the results will actually show up, compound effect, if I keep doing it over and over.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, so for me, compound is another word for practice, repetition.
Yeah.
You know, when you go to a workout and after about a month or a year or whatever, you start seeing your toning, the weight loss, whatever it is that you're focusing on. You play a piano. The first few times, you're clearly going to suck. But over time, you're going to basically learn songs. You're going to be able to play better. You're going to be able to manipulate the keys and know that the tone that's happening in your head is going to happen out of your fingers. So practice makes perfect.
Mike Reiner. Oh my goodness.
We getting some comments?
Oh, you're getting comments.
Some sarcastic comments. So we're gonna keep going because I can't repeat what he wrote. And he's laughing.
Might as well just say it now.
all
Now
right,
everybody
man.
wants to know.
No.
I want to know.
You guys could see it later on. No, this is not the. Go ahead.
All right. All right. So one habit that so I was telling you I read the book and I told Carlos about it. I feel like it's something like you guys would both like a lot. Called the Four Agreements. The Four Agreements is fire. It was written so simply and straightforward and plainly. The way it's kind of written reminds me of The Alchemist a little bit. That's how like
Kind of go over that next.
yeah. If you look at the art, the cover art, like it's really similar.
Yeah.
Right. I always wonder if Paulo Coelho was inspired by this book, or maybe vice versa. I don't know. It could be. I got to check the dates. But you know, one of the principles he teaches is to be impeccable with your word, right? And obviously, there's two meanings to it. Well, first of all, we hear impeccable with our word. We think like always tell the truth, right? Which is important. But it's also like be impeccable with the things you say, right? Like how you talk to the people and how you talk to yourself, most importantly.
Yeah.
So make sure you are telling yourself the right thing. You're not too hard on yourself. You're not yelling at yourself. You're not putting yourself down, right? Because for me, that kind of hit home because I don't say mean things to anybody, right? But I say some horrible stuff to myself.
You said some mean things to me, man.
What did I say? Besides making fun of you for being late all the time.
Here we go.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? But so stuff I would never in a million years say to another person, like I say to myself. You know, so that like reading that, like Giovanna already kind of alerted me to this, and then seeing in the book and spending like a good maybe a quarter of the book on that, it was really like wow, like I need to fix my self talk.
And yeah, self-talk is huge, because you probably talk to yourself, whether you want to admit it or not, more to yourself than you speak to anyone else. And like, there are things that I've said to myself that I wouldn't go ahead and say it to you or anyone else that I know, or probably someone else that I didn't even know, like even a stranger. And then like you do that over and over. And a lot of times you don't even realize you do it, and then you put yourself at a certain level. So even if you are progressing and doing better than that, because you spoke to yourself in a certain manner, like it's borderline irrelevant. You're not going to see what's the good things that are happening.
Yeah.
Good things are happening towards you.
Yeah, I just laughed. I'm sorry, DJ. Like I had
Making fun of me?
No. I had a
Appreciate it.
flashback this morning in playing basketball. Right, one of my teammates shot an air ball. Right, so don't worry. We ran back at the court. I patted him on the back and said, you don't no worries. Like you'll get the next one. Like you got this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then I shot. Wasn't even an air ball. It felt good. You know, it released, bro. I thought I was, whatever. And it hit the back of the rim and popped out. I'm running up the court, you fucking idiot. Like, what's wrong with you? You know, so I started yelling at myself. And I'm like, yo, when my boy missed it, you know, I was giving him words of encouragement. When I missed it, like, I'm cursing myself out.
Yeah.
You know, so why do I do that?
And you didn't even realize you probably
Didn't even do it. Then I had to like self-correct almost. Like, nah, don't worry, Matt. You know, shoot or shoot. You know, the next one's going in.
You have any? What do you think on that about self-talk, self-doubt? No self-talk.
I think when my marriage was falling apart and stuff like that, there was a lot of negative self-talk. When I realized there was a lot of deceit and stuff and it wasn't me, then things changed mentally. I reframed a lot of my thinking. I focused highly on my mental health, focused on my physical health, and realized I wanted to focus on being an entrepreneur and things of that nature. And once I focused on that's what I wanted to do, I removed the possibility of curving away from it, and that became my direction and focus. And it's been continuous for 3 or 4 years now. And we spoke earlier about some of the results. So that's my 2 cents.
Perfect. You said you have 4. Let's go.
Okay, so the next one, don't take anything personal. And kind of what he means by that is like,
Guilty.
some people might just, you don't know what somebody's day's like, you know, you don't know what they're going through. And they might be like, I'm sorry, you might not like the way they talk. You might kind of pick up like a negative vibe from them, but usually that has more to do with
Me.
kind of like you and
Yes.
what you're going through,
Yeah.
and what type of day you're having. It doesn't justify it, but it's nothing I did wrong. You know what I'm saying? So
Correct.
like if I'm gonna go, DJ, what up? And you're like, oh hey, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not disrespecting me, like that you're going through something. And that's
Yeah.
what's causing you to talk like that. So don't take people's actions personally.
And then I think that goes well with you know, in sales as an agent, and sales as looking for like investors and growing your company, and sales as mortgage life insurance. It's like we can't take like that stuff, anything personal, you know, or you wouldn't be, you know, in the business and thriving. And like that's what I learned a long time ago. Like you legitimately like can call someone up and they're in the middle of something and like they're just annoyed and they'll just, but it really meant, you know, it really meant nothing.
Yeah.
And I am definitely guilty of like taking certain things personal at some
Yeah.
times. You know, I'm definitely guilty of that. Especially through a text. I'm like, yo, what? And it's like, yo, that's not what I was saying. So I'm
Yeah, I gotta be.
definitely
I
guilty
mean,
of
to be
that.
fair though, DJ, you're not a friendly text. You're not a warm texter. Like,
Well, that's how you take it, right?
That's how I take. I'm like, yo, DJ's not a warm. Like, I don't get like the love through text from DJ. It's very like dry. But that at first I'm like, oh, this guy's being a jerk. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm like, yo, this is just. I stopped taking it personal. That's just DJ.
Is it because I didn't put enough LOLs in there?
You know, no emojis, no
Is it
LOLs.
emojis?
I
Is
lack
it- there's
I lack
lack of
emojis and LOLs. So then when I write something, like I'm probably laughing on the other end, but I don't write LOL all the time
Don't.
on it.
You can even do like the haha. Oh, you don't have the iPhone, you can't do it. But if you can hit the like, at least the haha
Oh,
button.
so see, there we go. We're not even gonna go on the Apple versus Android thing because then you guys are gonna get all offensive. But so Apple's soft because you guys don't have the haha. You're soft. That's what you're telling me. We need the LOLs to have a conversation.
I mean, because if it's in person, like I like to replicate when I'm texting. I like to replicate like it's a real conversation. So if I laugh, if that's something that made me laugh, I'm gonna put LOL because in real life I would laugh.
If it's funny, yeah.
Yeah, but in person, so if in person, like you laugh all the time in my jokes. But in the text, you like I don't feel funny in text. You know what I'm saying?
So this is him taking things personal. He's feeling
That's
a certain
exactly-
way.
that's a perfect example
That's
of
a great
taking it
example
personal.
of taking it personal, feeling a certain way.
But not anymore though. Now I'm like that's just DJ.
Yeah,
DJ,
he got it off his chest today. He hasn't said that in 3 years.
DJ has a hard time
obviously-
expressing emotions through text, so-
Obviously, it's bothering him. Carlos, I don't have the Apple haha to your messages, so I apologize if you took things the wrong way.
I don't translate texts. Like I don't. It's just words to me. I'm
Yeah.
not expecting an emotion.
Oh, so
unless someone's saying
cold. He's
something
colder than
like,
me then.
unless somebody's saying, "I want to give you a hug," or, congratulations. The affirmation words. But other than that, I don't read into that type of stuff.
Yeah, he's not a friendly texter either.
Who's
But
unfriendly?
we'll
So Mike, I'm gonna have to kick Mike off because he's agreeing with you. He
that you're not a
says-
see.
He just said most unfriendly time I text anybody. I'm just gonna say LOL, whatever the subject is. LOL after.
Yeah, put a little GIF or GIF, however you pronounce it.
Hey, how's everything going? LOL. Like that's what I'm gonna do because I don't want anyone to assume or get offended. Was it this offended? Was the
Assumption. Don't make assumptions or
What
don't
was
take
this one?
anything personal.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to take anything personally.
All right.
I'm good, man. Carlos, you were quiet tonight, man.
I'm a little concerned for Carlos because this is the most quiet I've ever seen him.
Really? Assumptioner.
No, but is it a fact though? This is the most quiet I've seen you. That's a fact.
It's just been a very focused day. So I've been very focused.
You want to explain a little bit about it or not yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'll keep it broad. Had a very productive meeting.
There we go. My man.
Oh, you're sideways.
Oh, I was supposed to turn it
Oh, we been upside down the whole time.
on time.
Sideways. Is that Instagram? That's Facebook?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
That's probably why they're laughing. Anyway. A very productive meeting.
Oh, I couldn't even do it the other way.
I'm partnering with a company, and today I had a conversation with the CEO of that company, giving him a very big picture that to most people would probably be overwhelming and might just be a deciding to go away from me. And he loved everything I was focusing on, and we're signing on the dotted line. I'll be announcing everything in Las Vegas.
Hey, what happens in Vegas?
Does not stay in Vegas because I plan on making it a very big international business.
All right.
Perfect.
Making moves like U-Haul.
All right, I'm good, bro.
Yeah, I had a fantastic time tonight, DJ. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, we did something a little different. Went live on my end. Matt will do it live, and we'll probably stand it up the right way.
Yeah.
As Carlos pointed out, even though I didn't know that. But we are. Hopefully, anything that anyone has heard tonight, like they could have a nice takeaway from it, because that is the objective of it. Where just little by little, we progress in ourselves to become a better person. And like anyone who has self-doubt or negative talk, like you are a better person than you realize. And like just go get it. Like Carlos, I've known him for just over 2 years. And from the conversations that we had from the very beginning to some of the goals that he said he has wanted, to maybe, I don't know if there was self-doubt or it just wasn't ready or things were in motion, to 2 years later on, just over 2 years, it works. Like if you decide to put something in motion, like it's going to happen. There's probably habits he probably had to break 2 years ago up until today that it took. But now because of it, it's progressing for him to stuff where he was like, holy, this is really turning around.
So I'm going to put my coaching cap on, not towards you,
No cap.
but to explain what you experienced. So part of my conversation in what I've been doing for the past few years has been in order.
Yeah.
So like I mentioned a little bit before, after the divorce, I knew I had to focus on things in order. One, your mental health. So I knew I had to be comfortable with being by myself. I knew I had to be mentally okay to understand that entrepreneurship is going to be something that weighs a lot, and that I have to make some major sacrifices and decisions.
Definitely a battle.
I also knew that to be an entrepreneur, I'd have to have a certain look that some other business people would be more comfortable with. I was heavy, so I knew that my health had to be my next step after my mental health. The mental health had to be okay with the decision I was going to make with the, focusing on losing weight, making decisions. Making decisions such as getting a surgery to lose weight. Then once the weight loss started kicking in and falling off, I lost over 100 pounds. Then I knew I was a little bit better prepared for going for it. what you're experiencing now is a year after losing the weight, I've been writing the business plan, that type of stuff, and now is the implementation of starting that.
Yeah.
In the process of doing all of that, I preach sort of the circles, which is building your inner circle, which is going to be the people that are your assets to building your business, and also holding up your mental state. Not being yes people, but being people that line up with your direction, your method of thinking, and your business focuses. I'm doing that. Started reaching out to the people that I knew I wanted to be involved in the business, and now things are lining up. And so everything's happening exactly like I thought it would so far. And I just don't doubt the process. I just go for it. And doors open, have been opening. And that's it. So I get the experience from the outside looking in. People might be like, well, why is he so reserved and that type of stuff? But really, it's just been, I've been focusing on the method of what it really takes to be who I'm going to be.
Yeah. Definitely.
And so part of that is, you know, when you look at your circles, circle of friends, influencers, that type of stuff, part of it is letting go of the people that are not going to join in your adventure. And so that's part of the process.
That's what you were asking me before. So you asked me before. Now, I mean, that's really dope. Oh boy. I don't know what happened. No, but that's really dope. And like, the reason why like I was bringing it up is because people are listening, and like, I'm gonna say your age again, not to like say anything derogatory, but like you're 53 years old, and it's easy to be like, I'm at a certain age, I'm gonna give up. And then there's people that are like my age or younger that are people like, you know what, I'm past my 20s, I'm in 30s, I got kids, and like there's no way I could make something happen. So like that's part of like why I really want to do this as well, is because like I want for us to realize it, and for the people that do watch it, is like it's really never too late. Like if we're still here, like it's always possible. Like my boy Mike, and I'm glad he's on, he's supportive. Like he's very talented, very talented guy, artist, law, knows a lot of stuff, and like I know that he could put forth a lot if he wants to make the change. And I know he's making the changes, and I know he's going to become someone great. And he's like a little bit older than me, and I don't want him to think as well as like, well, I'm older and this is going on that I can't make it. So my boy Mike, even though he's joking on here, like he's a very talented individual, and like just like myself, and I know everyone in this room, I know he's going to be very successful as well. And I'm glad you're speaking about what you're going through, because I know that you're going to be successful, and I want people to hear the story. All right.
Yeah, just two things to wrap up.
Okay.
Number one, have you guys seen the Kevin Hart and Don Cheadle little interview?
Nah.
Have you seen that one? Where Kevin Hart's like, he asks Don Cheadle how old he is, and Don Cheadle says, I think he's like 60 or something, and Kevin Hart's like, damn, like that. and then like Don Cheadle's like offended, and he's like, yeah, I'm sorry. He's like, like you're not sorry, like you meant it. He's like, I had a reaction, whatever. He's like, all I said was damn. And then he just kept, so every time he repeated, he's like, I didn't say it like that. He said, I said, damn it. Nice and soft. So each time he kind of repeats. So when Carlos said he's 53, like I was so tempted to say that joke, like damn, but I don't want to. But
well, what's interesting, I started looking at people in media, people in business, who started very late. And there's a video I wish I could refer to, but there's a video out there that talks about people who are late bloomers, late starters, fashion designers, people who have restaurants, all that type of stuff, who are extremely successful, but they started after 50. And I'm like, okay, it can be done.
Yeah.
I was talking about the guys who work out, and they're built, and they're in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and they're much better shape than I am. And I'm like, it's possible. And once I know it's possible, then I don't care.
absolutely. You know what's funny about that? And I know we always do that. I feel like we say we're wrapping up, we keep going. But I don't know, like I don't know the names and stuff, but people used to think it was impossible to run a 4-minute mile. Like
course.
it was like impossible. And then one time somebody did it, right? And then you know what happened after one person did it? Then they kept breaking it, and more people. So I say that to say, even if nobody had done it before, nobody over 50 had gotten the accolades and the positions you wanted.
Thanks, Rich.
You could still do it. You could be the first one, and then you could have set the trend. So, you know what? It comes from my man Carlos, bro. I'm happy for you, man. I'm proud of you, bro.
Oh, we could have.
What's up, man? You interrupted my speech to
I'm
Carlos.
sorry, my fault. That was selfish. I didn't know we both could fit on there when it's sitting up like this.
All right, we figured it out. But
For the next time.
For next time. But Carlos, I really am happy for you, and I think that's dope.
Yeah.
And lastly, I just want to say, like, I know tonight was a perfect illustration. How I kept breaking them. This guy keeps talking, man. I'm getting distracted. I got ADHD, bro. I can't. You know what I'm saying? Damn. So I just say, like, you know, tonight was a perfect illustration where, you know, as I'm explaining them, I kept violating it, right? So every time, this happens all the time. Like, I don't want anybody to look at me. This guy, man, I can't
Keep going.
train of
Stop it.
thought, bro.
We're live.
So every time, right? Every time we talk about something, that doesn't mean I'm perfect with it or I'm mastered it. And I'm sure you haven't mastered these things.
No.
And Carlos hasn't. But we're just here to help inspire and help encourage and help share our journeys because we're not perfect. But now we're aware we're not perfect. Now we're aware we have these issues. So I just say all that to say I'm work in progress. And I don't want anybody to
we all
watch
are.
this and be like, oh, look at these guys preaching up here. I seen what he was doing. You know, I seen him, you know, flip out at the gym
Exactly.
or whatever. Like, I'm not perfect, but I'm on my way.
That's awesome.
Not
That's
to
good.
perfection, but to getting better.
There is no perfection. Oh, and Carl, Sarah, our coworker, is making fun of us. She said the new podcast is Sitting Sideways.
Damn.
And
Well, she's following your page. Sarah, if you go to my page, you'll see a fully produced version.
Nah, I think and people are commenting about it, sitting sideways. So guess what? We're sitting sideways, correct now, and we did it, and then we're going live. We got uncomfortable.
We're the
We
first
got it done.
ones
Yes. So
setting trends.
trendsetters are doing it sideways. So that means you guys could do it a lot better. And thank you for laughing, Sarah.
I'm gonna go live next week, man. I want to interact. This looks fun, man.
Yeah. That's why I was laughing while you were speaking. I do apologize.
It's all good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for all. Wait, Carl's about to say something.
No, let them know that there's going to be a produced version.
Oh, there will be a better version. Yeah,
Nick
absolutely.
Angelo. All right. Yeah, we will actually have the correct version by our live streaming master. He's gonna blow up pretty soon, so we have to keep recording him now because he probably will forget about us in the next couple years. But he'll have it sitting it the right way.
And the YouTube page, if anybody that wants to know before we continue,
Before we end.
it was all a dream with the Odd Squad. Type that into
Hey.
YouTube. We come right up. You'll see us, and we have about 7. Tonight's the 8th episode.
eighth one,
I
yeah.
believe. So we have 7 up already.
7 Up, get it?
7 Up, like the soda. All right, guys. So God bless
out, yo.
everybody. Have a great night, and thank you for tuning in. Please, one more thing: like and share, comment.
Mike said, "I wonder if I was watching this. Wait, I wonder if I watched this drunk, would it be straight?" Mike, I love you.
Yo, Mike's
You're
the man,
talented.
bro.
Yeah. Talk to you later.